Hi everyone, welcome to UPSC Tree. So recently UPSC conducted the geography mains paper. So a video रे हमें analysis करिए geography paper 1 which is conducted recently. Geography paper 2 तो एपर्यंत है नहीं. So let's look at and what kind of questions they have asked. I think कि geography students, optional students एथर बहुत खुशी है because the questions were pretty good and there is a high chance that they they will score good deal of mark. Okay, let's begin. 60 mark question directly from 10 mapping questions. आज जो मैपिंग देखिबो बहुत ही इजी थिला. ओके एंड आउट ऑफ दिस एटा वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी पेपर बट आउट ऑफ 10 मैपिंग 4टा मैपिंग इंडिया रही. सो डैम इजी फॉर स्टूडेंट्स. स्वराज द्वीप, सुंदरबन, अरावली, पाक बे, 4 of them are Indian and बाकी रिवर नाइल, प्रेरी, कैस्पियन सी, ग्रीनविच, स्वेज कैनाल, इक्वेटोरियल काउंटर करेंट. Equatorial counter current, you no need to think also where it is. The name is already there. Okay. So I think students will score 50, 55 out of 60 easily. बेसी हार्ड वर्क भी दरकार नहीं. एंड मैपिंग रे आइडेंटिफाई करो 3 marks and 3 marks विषय किछि किछि लिखि दियो तांको विषय रे इंपोर्टेंट इन 10 words कहूची ये. बट आई थिंक यू शुड राइट एटलीस्ट 3 points. 3टा पॉइंट लिखि दियो सो दैट अनदर 3 mark is secured. So easily 60 mark रखिपारे students, and I think almost all the geography optional students would have done well in this particular mapping as far as mapping is concerned. Let's go to the 60 mark question. Now जदि 60 mark question देखिबो बहुत easy question, बहुत expected line रे आस्तिला, and they are only asking about Davis. Okay, not even Penck. So one thing you can do here is, when you are talking about Davis, we know that he was an American geographer. Here you can talk about how Darwin influenced Davis and how Davis influenced a lot of geographers, ठीक है, which came to be known as Davisian intoxication in academia. Davis being inspired from Darwin का concept कौन थिला? It was a evolutionary concept that something evolves over time. So say biological concept of youth, mature, old. Darwin will take that biological concept and will apply it in the landform development. ठीक है. So Darwin influenced Davis. At the same time, Davis, because his model was very simple, his model was very elaborate, simple and lucid. That's why it had a wide acceptance across the globe. Throughout the universities, we saw geographers who have became the Davisian geographers. Okay, that is what is known as the Davisian intoxication in academia. An example कौन? बहुत गुड़े example अच्छे. If you look at Davisian, his model was extended into different realms. एलसी किंग मॉडल होगा, दुनिया बहुत गुड़ाए मॉडल अच्छे where we see geographers essentially mimicking Davis. Okay, so बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग, बहुत इजीली लिखिपार. I want you to add this aspect. Also another aspect you can add over here is the comparison with Penck. Davis versus Penck गोटे comparison करदबो so that your answer is interesting. Okay, so pretty easy question, pretty doable question. Now if you go to the next question, the next question being tropical cyclone. Now climatology ru दीटा कि 3टा 60 mark question अच्छी. Most importantly 3टा अच्छी. Monsoon and jet stream 1, temperate tropical cyclones 2, third is climatic classification. It might be Köppen or Thorndike or anything else. So this year जेहेतु last year पचार देइथिले climatic classification, so they have asked about tropical cyclone. Our tropical cyclone, we already know this. Okay, very easily you can answer what is tropical cyclone. Conditions, what are the conducive conditions for a tropical cyclone to form. For example, sea surface temperature 27 degree centigrade रहिबा कथा. एमती गुड़ाए conditions अच्छे से तो लिखिबो. But then again, I want you to go for a comparison between tropical and temperate cyclone. Temperate cyclone is frontogenesis. Frontogenesis माने if you look at the world, equator and tropics ru hot air जाउची and polar ru cold air आसुची, and when they converge at the temperate belt, they create cyclonic conditions. Okay, so it is frontogenesis or frontal in nature. That is why it is temperate cyclones are extremely easy to predict. बहुत ही easy predict करिया पाई because they are frontogenesis or frontal in nature, because it is a cold air mass and hot air mass converging. So easily cold air mass, when it is traveling, you can predict कि they know where the convergence is going to happen and when the cyclone is going to form. Very easy to predict. And temperate cyclone रे most of the time drizzle हुए, झिप झिप वर्षा हुए, and at the same time it covers a large area. But and do a comparison temperate cyclones को नहीं कि tropical cyclones सहित comparison करो. Okay, why it is difficult to predict? Because it is a convective cell. Convective cell माने which patch of the sea surface experiences temperature more than 27 degree centigrade, then we will see formation of tropical cyclones. But we cannot monitor all of the sea surface and temperature कि को patch रे 27 degree centigrade रू अधिक होला and there will be genesis of the cyclone. So that is why difficult to predict. That is why difficult to predict. Okay, and जेहेतु tropical cyclone लेखुच, and because it is one thing is difficult to predict, another thing is whenever there is a rainfall, there is a rain pour. माने बहुत जोरे वर्षा हबो, but it covers a very small area. Okay, and when they hit over the land, they dissipate. Okay, that is the weakness of the tropical cyclone. सेटा तो लिखिबो, but at the same time, why I am telling you these things, because tropical cyclone लिखला बेले we know that कि Odisha is very vulnerable, and जेतेबेले tropical cyclone लिखुछ at the disaster management aspect always, ठीक है, doesn't matter question पचारछ कि नहीं, you are the disaster management aspect. Okay, disaster management aspect add कले your answer will be rich. जेहेतु 60 मार्क क्वेश्चन गुड़ाई जिनस अच्छे लिखिया पाई, so you can easily add disaster management aspect. So easy questions. Now moving on. अच्छा, this question is coming from oceanography. आउ एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चन जेटा मु देइथिली भी स्टूडेंट मानकु ओशनोग्राफी रा. सो कोराल रीफ्स रे कोन लिखिबो, एंड दिस इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली इफ यू आस्क मी. से although the question is asking about coral reefs, what you can discuss is what is a coral. Coral होची गोटे symbiotic relation between the coral polyp and the zooxanthellae. Zooxanthellae is the algae which cooks the food. So one creates the food, that is the zooxanthellae, and the coral polyp provides the house. It is kind of a husband and wife relationship or symbiotic relationship between zooxanthellae and coral polyp. सही aspect देखेबो. Okay, and then after you define coral, you discuss कि why corals are important. Why corals are important? Because they are the rainforest of the sea. Elaborate basic करबनी because we have to talk about reefs. Okay, because they are the rainforest of the sea. The meaning being 80 to 90% of the ocean diversity is around coral reefs only. से aspect देखेबो. After discussing why corals are important and all that, you can also discuss about two types of corals: hot water corals and cold water corals or deep sea corals. Hot water corals are tropical corals. These are extratropical corals or deep sea corals. Okay, discuss both of them. In fact, we are very familiar with the hot water corals or tropical corals. At the same time, you talk about conditions for the coral formation. For example, temperature 20 to 25 degree centigrade रहिबा दरकार, shallow water रहिबा दरकार, shallow water, and it should be in the photic zone. That means sunlight should be available over there. Shallow रहिले, photic zone रहिले, the algae in the coral can cook the food. So at the same time there should not be any muddy water. कहीं Now wherever, say example, let me give an example. For example, Ganga is discharging into Bay of Bengal. Over here we won't find any corals. Why? Because it is bringing a lot of sediments. So sediments कौन करिवो ना coral polyp रो mouth को choke करी देवो. That is the reason why wherever a river is discharging into the sea, we won't find any corals. So corals, we need clean water, shallow water, moderately, moderately warm water. Okay, that should be fine. That is the conducive condition for the coral formation. So ये aspect गुड़ा लिखिबो कि conducive conditions कौन कौन. And apart from that, once you have discussed all these things, then you talk about Dallas glacial control theory and Darwin's. Most importantly, you have to talk about Darwin's theory, because Darwin's theory talks about how coral formation takes place. If you look at Darwin's theory, okay, it talks about three things. First is fringing reef, then barrier reef, then atoll. If you look at our Lakshadweep is a perfect atoll. Atoll is nothing but a coral island. Okay. So Darwin talks about how a fringing reef forms, then how it becomes a barrier reef, and how a atoll is formed. For example, this is the land and this is the ocean, and say in this particular patch of land we have a perfect condition for the growth of coral. The coral will form, which will be attached to the continental shelf of the land, or it is attached to the land. This is known as fringing reef. Now after a while what will happen? The land will be there. Okay, now there will be a shallow sea in between them, shallow sea, and then we'll see a coral. Okay, so coral will be over here, and in between them there will be water, so which is not attached to the land anymore. It is detached from the land, and this is known as barrier reef. And then after barrier reef we'll see a particular island completely developing out of coral, which is known as atoll. So ये तीन aspect देखेबो, fringing reef, barrier reef and atoll, and केमती कौन development होची और barrier reef विषय देखेबो. And while talking about barrier reef, given the best example that we have is over here. Okay, we have the barrier reef, and it is somewhere around 2400 kilometer, and interestingly it supports 6 million people. That means 60 lakh people are directly or indirectly dependent on a single barrier reef. Okay, and somewhere it is estimated around annual $6 billion. Okay, that means this particular barrier reef is creating an industry, tourism industry. So it is an industry in itself. It is important from biodiversity point of view that you establish. Then you talk about why it is important for economic activity. Reef is of extremely important for the Australia, and apart from that, different types of coral reefs you can illustrate over here. So I think they are talking about coral reefs, but here you can talk about fringing reef, barrier reef, and atoll. Those are the three important or different types. Okay. Now one thing I want you to write over here is, after discussing all these things, you also mention Clive Wilkinson report, जोटा मो ग्रुप रे यूपीएससी स्टूडेंट ग्रुप रे शेयर करथली, यूपीएससी साइट रे भी अछि, and he talks about coral bleaching. इथरे 5 to 6 points अछि, discuss about them and your answer is perfect. Okay, इली सही पार्ट आंसर करि परिबो. नाउ सेक्शन बी रे बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन अछि. You have to write 3 out of the 4. Causes of migration, push pull factor, roster stages of development, pretty easy. Primate city be easy. Limits to growth, you can write 20 mark, 30 mark, 60 mark. They are asking about 20 mark, so 20 mark विषय लिखिबार अछि. Pretty easy, can be done. Okay. Now let's talk about this question, behavioral geography. एथरे पिला मानू टिके डिफिकल्टी हेथिबो, because people are not usually behavioral geography लिखि पारंतेनी. But see, if you first discuss about what is it. behavioral geography, that is your intro. Then you talk about emergence of behavioral geography. एथरे कौन लिखिबो? You discuss about quantitative revolution. In quantitative revolution we saw that man in their models, in quantitative revolution model, we saw that man become a dot in the model, or in the scheme of things. So they believe that man is a rational human being who always takes decision based upon rationality or economic prudence. So they term man as homo economicus. ठीक है? And in here the relation between man and environment, here the environment is only physical environment. ठीक है? Quantitative revolution talks about these things. But then quantitative revolution, because it has reduced the role of man and his psychological dimension, so that's why we saw emergence of behavioral geography. Behavioral geography born out as a criticism to the quantitative revolution. In behavioral geography, if you see, here man is homo economicus. In behavioral geography, man becomes homo psychologicus. That means in this one, in quantitative revolution, man-environment relationship is only physical, but the behavioral geographer said that man and environment relation is not only about, say, physical environment, but also there is a cognitive environment. Cognitive environment means our mental map, how we perceive the environment. Okay, that was missing in the quantitative revolution. So that's why the behavioral geographers wanted to bring the cognitive aspects, the psychological aspects into geography. That's why it is called behavioral geography. Now they criticize the quantitative revolution, saying that although you have created models, man is not driven by the rationality of it. For example, let me give an example. For example, a person A is there who wants to buy a TV, and there is a shop 1 which is around 2 kilometers, and there is another shop 2 which is about 6 kilometers from his home. Now if you see, if man is a rational man, he will definitely go for the 2 kilometer shop. जोटा पाखे अच्छे से 2 किलोमीटर आराम से जाकि किणी आनिबो, but we came to know कि he has gone to shop 2. Now why is that? Because he is a relative, the person, the owner, say for example C, A and C is relative, his brother's shop, or maybe his some kind of relative shop. So he is walking or going for extra 4 kilometers to get the TV just because that person is his relative. Now this aspect was missing in the quantitative revolution. कहीं ना ये behavior तो change होची. So man is not exactly he is taking a rational decision, but he is taking a psychological, emotional or social decision as well. So that's why man perceives the environment. A physical environment gote achi, and there is a cognitive environment as well. That's what behavioral geographers talk about. Ethire lekhila bele another, after writing these things, okay, emergence, you talk about Kirk's model, okay, talk about Kirk's model and what he talks about that. Then you go ahead and discuss about the criticism. What is the criticism? Even if behavioral geographer talked about, say, man's behavior and bringing man's behavior into the planning of geography, they could not give a viable alternative model. That is the reason why they could not give a strong opposition to quantitative revolution. Okay, and if you look at their criticism, it was often called as the ego-centered approach in geography. Okay, because they are bringing man into the epicenter of everything, so ego-centered approach we can call it. Okay, at the same time, no viable or alternative solutions. But then again, if you look at their applicability, there has been a revival of behavioralism across the world, not only in geography but in different branches of science, from economy to other branches of social science. So, and in fact, if you see, we have a nudge theory given by Richard Thaler. We got a Nobel Prize in 2019, I think. What is nudge theory? Let me give an example. For example, India as a geography, suppose we want to change the behavior of the group of people living inside India. We know that India in India, around 50 to 60% of the people go for open defecation. Now, how do you change the behavior of the people so that they don't go for open defecation? One thing that the government can do is create a law or rule where they can say fine लगा देंगे 1000-2000 रुपए, या they can put them in jail if you pee on the public, say 1 hour in jail and something like that. But then you cannot put 50-60% of India in the jail, or neither we can fine them. So from a implementation perspective, it is extremely difficult. Instead of doing that, what they did, they tried to apply the nudge theory. If you look at the Swachh Bharat Mission campaign, Swachh Bharat Mission or Swachh Bharat Abhiyan campaign, you might have seen the ads or advertisements where if a person is going for open defecation, उसके ऊपर फूल माला चढ़ा देते हैं. So, और एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट था जिसमें अब अगर आपके घर में शौचालय नहीं है तो हम बहू नहीं देंगे, एंड समथिंग लाइक दैट. ओके, सो दैट मीन्स वी आर ट्राइंग टू नज ए ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल टू चेंज देयर बिहेवियर. ओके, सो दैट इज रिवाइवल ऑफ नज थ्योरी, रिवाइवल ऑफ बिहेवियरलिज्म इन ज्योग्राफी. एमती किसी एप्लीकेबिलिटी एग्जांपल भी दे पारिब. इट्स नॉट रॉन्ग टू गिव दिस काइंड ऑफ एग्जांपल्स. सो क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 इज डन, can easily be dealt with. Okay, question number 7, David M. Smith's last year Weber आस्थिला. So गुड़ाए students पढ़ी नथिबे industrial location, so they might not have attended it, but then again it is a pretty doable topic. आराम रे करी हबो and आराम रे भलो मार्क भी रखी हबो. Now question number 8, what is a region? Region is a homogeneous area, we all know that. Decent preparation, you know what is the definition, but in this one I want you to talk about some regional geography aspect. For example, you mention Kahn's chorology, you mention Richard Hartson's areal differentiation, you mention J.L. Berry's regional synthesis. These are the group of regional geographers. For them, region was a very important place. Okay, region is nothing but a study of a particular place, and this started with Kahn's chorology. So that you have to explain in this one. So I want you to mention these aspects which will make your answer very rich. And geography usual region definition दे देवो. Classify regions. A region functional. If you want to classify functional, formal region. Okay. Functional and formal region. Functional say cultural regions are usually functional, whereas formal regions say administrative regions. For example, say we have if you look at here, Punjab was divided. One part of Punjab is in Pakistan, another part of Punjab is in India. If you look at their culture is similarity is there. Okay, so from a cultural regional point of view, they are a single homogeneous unity. But from a formal region point of view or from a administrative point of view, ये पाकिस्तान में है, ये इंडिया में है. So that you can explain. एमती बहुत गुड़ा example, interesting example दे परिबो. Okay, and there are so many examples. Okay, classify region, administrative region, cultural region, economic region, बहुत गुड़ा example दे परिबो. Okay, and why do we go for a region? So that region is very important as far as planning is concerned. Okay, almost all plannings are in a way regional planning only. So सही aspect गुड़ा भी एथरे देखी परिबो. Pretty doable topic, pretty easy topic, you can do very well in this one. Okay, and geography batch. Okay, I want to tell you one more thing. We are soon starting the geography batch. Okay, we are yet to decide what is the time we'll take the class, because lot of people are working people as well. So things in mind, we'll take a decision on that. So if you want to contact or have an inquiry, you can contact these numbers. Thank you. If you have any doubts also, you can recheck to us. Thank you.